Okay. Hi, everybody. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I'm Allie from Heart and Soul Connected, and I'm so pleased to be here tonight with Jay from MaJESStic Oracle. And welcome, dear. Welcome. Yes, you're welcome. You're most welcome. Jay lives in Seattle like I do, or in the Seattle area like I do, and has also been able to meet Dream Detective Kate like I did. And so both of us have had that little tie with our friend Kate. And I see you're here, Kate. It's good to see you, honey. And Chrissy, I'm glad you're here too from Footprint Tarot. You must have a show in a little while. I hope you're doing okay, Chrissy. And hello to Kindness and Light as well. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of a busy Friday. I was looking earlier on the channels, all the lives that were going on, and I don't know, between like 4 and 8 o'clock tonight was boom, 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 all these lives. But I'm so glad that we could find a time that worked for both of us and that you're here with me. So thank you, Jay.
Yeah.
Hi, a light worker. Hello, Diana, oil painter. Hi, Jess R. and Liz Reeves and Samantha. Welcome. Jamie Johnson, Sherry. Oh my goodness. We got lots of folks here. Great.
Hey,
Thank you for all.
everyone.
Thank you all for coming. Yeah. So I met Jay actually through Kate and Valerie, Illumination Portal. I mean, because you were in the chat and you were working on your gifts and before you started to, or you had your own channel going, but now you have your channel going and we want to learn all about it. But we're going to start at the beginning and we'll talk about, I guess, where it first started, where your gifts came through in the very beginning and how you dealt with them when you were younger. I just want to say hello again to a few other people. I'm sorry. Hello, Liz, Samantha, Jan's Free, Jenny, Norma, and Juno. Hi, Juno. It's good to see you. Okay. So, Jay, tell us a little bit about, I guess, was it your childhood? Did it come up, start in your childhood?
Yeah, when I was really little, I was born a medium, and I have all the clairs except for like the smelling clair.
Oh.
I've never had that. um, from the time that my parents said I was about 3 years old, I was, pointing to things in the corner and asking, about, family members who had passed over that I'd never met, and I was describing what they looked like. And so I know the gift is on, both sides of my family, but I was the first one. I'm the oldest out of 3 girls. And
Okay.
so having those experiences at first were kind of, nerve-wracking to my parents because they couldn't see.
Right.
But it was never about, that doesn't, exist or it's not there.
Right.
No.
They were
And
supportive. Okay, good.
so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so it really, once we started, because my mom is the daughter of a pastor, and my uncle's a pastor as well.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, so my dad also went to church every week, several times a week with his mom. But, as far as them making us go to church, it wasn't a huge thing that we wanted to. So I actually got kicked out of Sunday school because I was asking too many questions. And, we went over study and things like that. And I would see, angels in the corner or, whatever, beings. And I would raise my hand thinking everyone could see them and ask, is this, and this was around, Christmas time when you're doing the Christmas parade and everybody's dressing up. And I thought it was normal to ask about them. If we're going to be angels,
Sure.
which angels are.
Yeah.
Right. So it became like an issue because they really felt uncomfortable actually answering these questions. And
Okay.
yeah. And I was born and raised in Seattle. So
Okay.
so we just kind of stopped going, which was fine. And then skipping ahead to my teen years, I kind of suppressed it a little bit, kind of realizing that everybody didn't, have that gift. And it wasn't until one of my aunts on my dad's side realized that I was having the same, gifts, and I kind of had that same light in my eyes, she said.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we talked about it, and I was really nervous to kind of come out of the closet,
Sure.
And yeah, she was like, don't worry, I'll be there with you, and I'll help you with the gifts, everything. And then, unfortunately, she passed away of cancer.
Oh, dang.
And yeah, so that was pretty devastating. But, fast forward, I got mono in high school as well and got in a car accident. And they didn't know what was wrong with me, and I had all kinds of pain, and I was an athlete and very active, and, I'm 17, 18, and I get out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until I was 21 that they diagnosed me with fibromyalgia. And
I have it as well.
Yeah. And so I was glad that I at least, wasn't crazy. It wasn't in my head,
right?
Because I mean, that's coming up the next day, yeah. So that from then on, it was like, okay, the doctors are saying, I'm not doing well. I have to take all this medication, and by the time I'm 40, I might be in a wheelchair because I was just really, I couldn't lift my arm. There were just all of these problems. And so I, struggled in my early 20s, and then I met my husband and had my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And, I knew when she was coming that she was going to have gifts. And I told my husband, I was like, we're going to have this talk.
Right.
I'm having a girl. She's coming. She's told me, and she's going to have gifts. Are you ready? And he was into it. Yeah, let's do this. So we did, and she's 18 now, and she has as well, and it's beautiful.
She has her own gifts. Yeah.
Yeah, many experiences that have been really wonderful. And so from then, I just pretty much raised her because I couldn't work with all my pain.
Sure.
And then in 2017, my dad passed away, and I was just getting ready to try to go to school at Southwest Institute of Healing Arts in Arizona.
Uh-huh.
And so when he passed, I just dove right into school, and that was, pretty much all I did, and it helped a lot. I was able to, from this time of that period, I healed myself as much as I could. I started getting more active. I started making like crystal bracelets and jewelry, and putting them all over, to move the energy. And I stopped taking all my medication and just started diving into crystals and quantum energy and learning any and everything that I, could, that I didn't, already know. And then I graduated in 2020 when COVID hit, and boom, everyone was on lockdown. So,
yep.
But it was a blessing. Because after all of that, I had all of the modalities and the essential oils and everything that I have learned to do energy work and help people. And I've just been, trying to get everything in order and be that, spiritual counselor. And then I started my channel, and I started doing shorts. And I wanted to kind of find the difference, like something that kind of separated me. And my dad was a DJ on the weekends, for extra cash. So music was a big thing in my house. He had record players that, we listened to all types of music. And so I realized when I started doing my readings that incorporating the music and the sound effects and the different little, cutesy art was something that me and my dad, because we have a good relationship, now that, he's passed on, we're even closer.
He's one of your guides too. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad is one of mine. Yep, I understand. Yeah.
And it's really great because he's always cheering me on. And so, that's kind of where I'm at now.
That's really cool. I have a couple of questions. I want to go back just a little bit. So when your aunt passed, did your aunt come through it all? Is she one of your guides? Because I can't see her like dumping you by dying, if you know what I mean. Like,
No, she did not come through for a really long time. And I couldn't figure out why there was a couple people that as a medium I couldn't connect with. And then in hindsight, I just, kind of recently learned that she came through
Yeah.
with Sun Psychic Jean on one of her shows. I never, out of everything on all the chats, I had never asked to hear from her.
Okay.
And I knew she was there, but she wasn't present all the time. And I
Right.
realized that she was kind of waiting for the right time.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like when we connected now, she had told me if she, had lived and everything, I wouldn't be on this path because I had to kind of learn, my
Okay.
gifts for myself.
For yourself.
And now, now she's very present in my life. So it's really cool.
That is so, I often wonder, my mother never came through for me. And now she's been dead so long that every time I ask about her, she's so far away and she's been working on her own deal. But my dad has always been front and center. So it's just, I guess it's just what we need to work on and how we need to manifest our gifts is the way these guides come through for us. That's really interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
You went to UNR. And so when were you there?
I went to Southwest Institute of Healing Arts.
Oh, you didn't go to UNR. I thought you said it was UNR. No. Okay. Sorry. All right. Because I was at UNR. That's why I was just going to see if I were there at the same time. Everybody in the chat, not everybody, a lot of people in the chat have said they have fibro. I have fibro, and my hot tub is the only thing that's saved my life. Let's see. There's a lot of other people that have said it. Jess has it, and Melinda has it, and a few other people have it. And as you were talking, and as they were saying this, that they were happy that they weren't happy, but you know what I mean? They saw the benefit of why they had it and to help them with whatever their gifts were. It just occurred to me, I wonder what you think about this. I wonder if we had it because we suppressed our gifts. Because isn't it almost it's like something being held down, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
And I think as an empath too, when you're not knowing how you're absorbing other people's energy and you don't really know how to work with the energies to get rid of it and to cut it and to make sure that you're protected. I also realized I was taking on all kinds of energy and it was making my body buzz in such an uncomfortable way. I mean, people know, it's hard to describe the pain. And when you're in pain for so long, you don't know how to live without it. And so it's like people ask, well, when did it change or how was it? And when I reflect back, it wasn't a one thing. It was like as I started doing these things, it just started getting better and better and
That's
better.
Good. Yeah.
And then time passed, and it was like now when I get a pain, I almost get upset because I'm like, this is not, this has to go away now.
Right.
Like I'm not.
I get
I don't have time for this now. I spent so many years in the bed and on medication. I have to live my life now. Like I don't have time for this case.
Don't have time for this. I have things to do.
Yeah. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So in all honesty, I do sit with my guides and I work with angels and healing guides and binaural beats and just all kinds of different modalities to, if one doesn't work, I'll try another one. And I'm like that psychological guinea pig. I want to, figure out if it's really something that works and then recommend it.
Yep. Well, Kate says you could do a whole series on that healing, Jay. I bet you could. And there's a lot of people that I know that my fibro is not, when I get it, I get a flare. I know what I need to do. But it's nothing like it used to be. It was all the time. Now it happens. And when it happens, I just say, okay, I guess I better, start doing what I need to do for this period. And then it will just kind of go away. And so, but it just did occur to me. And it does have something to do with stress, but I really do believe, because from the period of time that I was from 1991 until about 2020, I hadn't really done a lot of I've done some, but not much metaphysical stuff, even though it's always there, but I wasn't working it, so to speak. And that's when all of that came through, that I had this really bad time, and now it's not as bad. So,
Yeah.
wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So I did not know Lady Gaga has it as well. Oh, wow. Yeah. I just think that that we, being a wounded healer, obviously, is something that brings us out into this kind of work. So, so I want to make sure I understand what you have said. So you work with music, binaural beats, and also herbs, I guess, or um,
Essential.
essential
I
oils.
work with essential oils.
Okay.
Yeah, I make like protection sprays.
Oh, okay.
I'll make, healing sprays. It just depends. Like tomorrow, I'll put my water out for the moon, and then I mix and do those, and use them at times. But yeah, I work with clothes. What else? I make jewelry.
Is that some of your jewelry you have on? It's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of it. I didn't know if I was going to have to wear my headphones,
I
and they would
understand.
make,
Yeah.
that. But yeah, all the stuff that I wear, I've made. So when I do that, I also put in, I'll make I'll clear it and use a singing bowl or a tuning fork.
Yes.
And
yes.
Yeah, and kind of add that energy to it. And so I like to at least promote it in the way of like, it's fashionable, but it's also practical, and it has a
practical, and it has a healing energy. That's the way Juno is when she does her beautiful designs with her scarves and everything. She puts prayer right into it. I could see you doing that as well, and that it just brings such upliftment. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Melinda, I didn't even think about this, but yes, carbs and me. I'm a big carbaholic, and when I'm off carbs, I'm fine. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. In certain sugars, I will make a flare up, and I'll know not to eat it. But yeah, every once in a while, with them changing the food, it definitely makes it.
Yeah. So do you have any problem with GMO food? Do you eat that at all?
Yeah, not too much, but you know how sometimes it's hard to narrow down, what you're eating, and then if you are on any medication or any vitamins, if you're interacting, it's a delicate line that you have to separate.
Sure, it is. No, you're absolutely right. And I know too that it's really almost you almost have to give up everything to be spiritual. I mean, they say, no drinking, no smoking. I'm sorry, but I have to drink coffee at least. That's my nemesis. But
that was the thing too with fibromyalgia and even like chronic fatigue syndrome is the constant tired. Like I was so tired. I'd wake up and just all my energy would just go to like taking a shower, and it's like, okay, time for bed again.
Yeah.
And with it, being in Seattle, and the weather, that was always
the winter, especially. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So then I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and when they did my blood work a couple years ago, they couldn't find anything. So there's been plenty of circumstances like that.
I'm glad that you've worked through some of that. That's fabulous. Self-healing is so. I'm reminded of a story Kate told, which I'm not going to repeat right now because it's a long one, but just that, how attitude changed things for her. And so, yeah, it just reminds me of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, Jane, the meditation does work.
It does.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, Jamie. I really do think so too. My cousin also had MS, and she would actually work with a person who helped her through that meditation. So I'm glad to hear that helps you a bit. Lauren, I'm glad you're here. All right. Let's see. Anybody else sneak in? Sugar's not a friend of fibro. No, sugar's not a friend of anything.
Yeah.
Valerie, how do you get off carbs? you could see if the aliens can take you up for a little while, because they'll have different stuff up there. Oh, absolutely. Hi, Mary Thornberry. It's good to see you. We're glad you're here. We're talking this evening with Jay from MaJESStic Oracle, who is a fascinating person who has gone through a lot. And now her daughter, who is only 18, and whenever she's ready, she's got a really good advocate for herself in you. And I heard it does run in families. I heard it does. Yeah. So yeah, that's fabulous. Yeah. All right. Well, so I want to know, you do private readings.
Yes.
What kind of
Yes.
other things, what kind of readings do? You do Oracle, Tarot?
Yes. Oracle, Tarot. I can, do mediumship.
Okay.
I don't necessarily do like medical readings,
Right.
but I do like working with people and kind of seeing, showing them that journey to see where they think, where they need to start,
Yep.
and go from there. So I've also worked with, people who've done all the doctors and done all the medicine and just want to try this because it, I
Yep.
have to
Why not?
really,
Right.
yeah, I have to explain that it's not a religion that,
Right.
I promote the spiritual,
Right.
way of life.
Yeah. It's so that's more like spiritual counseling, which I believe
Yeah.
is really wonderful, because it gets you to really, you get to have someone explain to you what it is that they're going through or what they need, and you're actually really listening to them. And there aren't a lot of people, especially doctors and some mental health therapists, that listen from a spiritual perspective, because everything has a spiritual component. Just talking about fibro and lupus and other things, everything's got this spiritual component, and some of it is past life, and some of it has to do with our attitudes. And so it's wonderful that you offer those services. I love that. That's great. Hello, Thomas. Okay, so Lauren's going to tell us to get off carbs slowly. Don't shock your body with rapid changes. Yeah, I think that's true of pretty much anything, really. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. So a detox is a good idea. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. So go ahead and put your questions up if you have them, please. And Jay and I will do some readings this evening. Or if you have any questions of Jay, please put them up, and Jay can answer them. Juno, yes, they are. Nurse practitioners are open, or naturopaths. Even my own husband, who's a chiropractor, very open to, and he can feel he's amazing. He'll go over to somebody and he'll just touch them somewhere, and they'll go, he already knew where it was. It just amazes me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the intuitive healing,
Uh-huh. Yeah, it is. It is. All right. So we'll go ahead and start with a light worker. Does Spirit have any messages for a light worker today? All right. Thank you, everybody. Yeah. What I really like is that, unbeknownst to some of you here, and I found out when I was in Arizona as well, that there are these sort of offshoot Zoom communities where people get together and for an hour or two a week, or every other week, or whatever, and they practice with each other. They give each other readings, but it just isn't this one. It was a whole bunch of other people when I was there. I had no idea. They said that one of them, I believe, is one of Kim's Intuitive View community, and they've been doing it for like 10 years or something, really a long, long time. And I thought, this was something that just pretty much came to be, around here in this community, but not always. So, hi, Jamie. All right, let me get this one. If you are ready, you go right ahead.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready. Yep.
Okay. All right. Here, I'm just doing a couple of
Take your time.
So,
No, there's no hurry. Yep.
let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? Okay. So I have the hunter, which is track down your fears and desires.
Ooh.
So what this is saying to me is that, kind of needing to separate the two and really, find out, what it is that you do fear and what it is that you do want in life.
Mm-hmm.
And the medicine method, which is honoring your inner knowing. So I think once you kind of track down your fears and desires and get into that inner knowing, the next card really does explain enjoy growth and reap the rewards.
Wow. That's a beautiful card. Wow.
I know it's
Very nice.
From the ancestry set.
Okay.
And I got one more.
Okay.
You are the joy giver. With little victories, what little victories can you celebrate? So finding
beautiful.
things to be appreciative of, is something that you want to maybe try to get into.
Uh-huh. Beautiful. All right. So a light worker, I pulled 3 cards. I pulled one from the beautiful deck of Spiritual Awakening, and it has all of the laws on it. The law of abundance, the law. This one is the law of intention, and it's gorgeous. Look at that. She's sort of in charge of her own community, and look at the lotus at the bottom. It says, give up complaining. And so I'm not saying you do. We all have to remember that, though. We have to remember to give up the complaining and then turn it over and bring it into something much better for ourselves. So instead, focus more on the gratitude and not the bad things. But it also says you are on the right path. Look at that. I love this. And I love that this sky here. And everybody knows we're coming up on a powerful 24 hours because the full moon is tomorrow. So your intuition is spot on. Look at that. Look at the third eye light up. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So yeah, trust your instincts and know that you're divinely guided, but make sure your intentions are set. There you go.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Ron, you got a show tomorrow night with what's her name? With Diana. Yeah. All right.
Diana.
Yeah. Mary, we have a little bit of a sound issue. Jay's microphones or earbuds weren't working, and so I apologize if she does sound a little bit like she's in a tunnel, but she'll just speak up more for you. You're welcome, a light worker. It happens. It happens sometimes. It works that way. Yes, Val, I love the deck too. Isn't it gorgeous? You talking about the first one with the power of intention? Is that the one you were asking? You were telling me about? Let's see. Okay. Spiritual Awakening, 52 Universal Laws. Just a gorgeous deck. Yeah. The other one is Higher Self Oracle. So, yes, please make sure you go to Jay's channel and like and subscribe so she can her base can go up. She's been making some videos and is going to be working into doing some lives really soon. And so we want to support her. That's great. All right. So the next one we got is Jamie Johnson. And she wonders if she can get a message from Spirit. Oh, yeah, the third eye one. Yeah. Okay. That's this one, Val. Higher self. Yep. Yep.
Great job.
Thanks, Hershey, for subscribing to her channel. Thank you, dear.
Hello.
And Lisa, thank you for putting it up. And Jamie, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you.
Oh, you're going to go on too, Jay. Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna try. We got prom
good.
tomorrow, and when she's off and going, I might make an appearance.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Oh,
look at my friends.
Ron is going to be surrounded by a bevy of beauties.
Yeah, I love Ron.
What's he going to do? Oh my God. Maybe Kate and Val and Diana. Oh my goodness. Beautiful
Yeah,
ladies. Beautiful.
it's so fun.
Okay, you were on Ron's channel. He says you were an
Yeah.
amazing reader. That's good. Awesome. All right. Okay, Chrissy, thanks for being here. Have a good day down under, girl in Oz. Love you.
Bye.
Oh, bye-bye, honey. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good, Kate. I'm glad you're going to be there. That's good. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Thomas. That's very nice of you. All right, let's see what we can find out for you, Jamie. All right, Jamie. Oh, thanks, Thomas. I decided to wear these again, I was telling Jay, because I don't have anywhere to go to wear them. And I'm not going to wear them while I vacuum. I don't think that's probably a good idea. But they're not going to last forever. And I just love them. And so I thought, well, I'll just wear them. I'll wear them while they're still beautiful.
Yeah, they are beautiful.
Yeah. Whenever, let me know when you're ready, dear.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
All right. So the first one I have is tap into your spiritual power. Reach
Ooh,
out to a power greater than you and help resolve a dilemma. Stay open to its guidance in your life.
beautiful.
You see that
Uh-huh.
okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And this one is about taking control of your own narrative. And I love this card because it's kind of strong, almost like a puppet. It's about cutting those strings and taking control of that, power. And they're two different decks. I thought that was kind of great that they both came out in that way.
Yeah.
So I also have retreat to the natural world. Go to where you feel most alive. A peaceful forest, mountains, or a local park. Get the ocean roar through you. Be revived by nature's wonders. So I feel getting in nature is
Oh,
going to get
yeah.
you and help you tap into that.
Uh-huh.
And kind of take control. Then I have
Beautiful.
one more. So I have feast and slow down and celebrate yourself. And if you can see, she's just, eating all the good, we want to talk about eating the good foods that don't, make the body hurt.
Right. Yep. Yep.
you know,
Perfect.
but
Yeah.
yeah, so
Perfect.
that's,
That's awesome. That's awesome. So yes, Jamie lives in Idaho, and when I went to Sedona, I went through a lot of Idaho, and just a beautiful state. It really is, and very, very busy building up where I saw anyway. So what I got for you, Jamie, is some change coming. I never think of change as being bad. I always think of it as being a new way of starting something new. So yeah, there you go. Maybe it is a good change for you to get outside more now that the weather's getting warmer and nicer out there. If you're feeling, ask for guidance if you feel you need it. And the little angel comes right up out of the lotus for you. Don't forget to ask if that's what you need. It's always important to ask. And I don't know why I got the anger card here, but don't let anything bother you. I think that's what it's saying. Ask for guidance. Let it know that it's being transmuted for you, and let go of all your anger. And I mean, that's got to help your health as well. So there you go, dear. Yeah. All right. Oh, you're in Utah, Jamie. I'm sorry. I thought you. Well, Utah's another beautiful place. So.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's magical. I happen to like. I like Moab in that area, but I was in the middle this time. I was in the middle. So, sorry, Jamie. All right. All right. So we have Samantha. Would appreciate a message from Spirit. Thank you, Samantha.
I love that hummingbird.
I know, isn't it pretty? Yeah. Yeah. They're one of my spirit animals, I tell you. I just have had, I ended up buying, just buying a chime, and there was all hummingbirds. And my husband put it up for me, and he said, wait till the nighttime and come out and look at it. I'm like, why? You know, it's solar. And so they're all, oh my God, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it hangs outside the window. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's rainbow.
It is.
And
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, in a circle. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, that's good, Jamie. Thank you for the feedback. All right. Samantha. Oh, yeah. You ready?
Samantha, are you intuitive or psychic or a medium? Have any abilities?
Maybe a psychic in waiting.
There's something.
Okay.
Yeah. I hope they can hear me okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You want to go ahead? I'm still kind of.
Okay. Oh, she says it's developing. Her psychic.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Jamie Johnson. You're a sweetheart. All right. So, Samantha, I get here that you have beautiful generosity, and some people may consider it to be maybe egotistical. I get that. You know, it's really funny when you give, when you're a giver, and you give. Some people believe that you do it for your ego, but I don't really think that people give from their ego for the most part. I think people give from their heart and what they want to do and how they want to feel. So don't let anybody tell you any differently about it. Something that you're cherishing has been suppressed, and so maybe what it is your development of your gifts. Oh, there, you could see it now. Look at this, though. Everything is sort of blanked out, but there's flowers all around the face, and the lips are showing. Cherish what the gifts you have, and don't suppress anything. What I was talking about last night with Scott Allen, when I was on with him, we were saying that don't be afraid of your gifts. You know, we always kind of say, did I really see that? Did I really feel that? I don't know if I'm any good. You know, you're better than me. Let it go. If you're drawn to it, that means that you have those gifts, and you have to practice those gifts. And that's what Kate was saying in here earlier, where she said working with community in, weekly or whatever, strengthens those gifts and brings us to a more higher vibration, and makes us feel more comfortable with what it is we're doing. And finally, it says, be your true self. Don't worry about what other people think about you, which is hard to do. We sometimes don't want to tell anybody what it is that we believe in because we don't want any criticism. But you've got a community here that loves you dearly, so make sure you know. Thank you. Oh, okay, Thomas. So Thomas, you it's tonight. All right, dear. All right, you go right ahead.
Okay, so the first card I got was the amethyst, and it says psychic abilities and behavior patterns. So that was my first thing.
Uh-huh.
That there was
Ooh.
definitely some sort of
Yeah.
psychic, something, brewing here. And then I think that this next one is past life and gifts in review. So
Mm-hmm.
tapping into these gifts, I think they are coming from a past life, and you're just needing to polish them up as you start to remember them and develop them. They'll really come through a lot stronger than you
Uh-huh.
thought. And so with this last one, it talks about school and lessons, and Earth is a
Yeah.
spiritual.
Yeah.
So it's about, at least for me, this card, really represents about continued learning. Just never stop learning.
Yep.
It's always so great. It's great to work with the group that I work with to
Mm-hmm.
learn so many different aspects and ways to look at it, because especially with reading cards, you you know you can interpret them in different ways just depending on the way they're set up and the person who asked the question, and you
True.
can look at a deck and not see that part ever, and all of a sudden
Mm-hmm.
it pops up and means something.
Yeah.
So I think definitely it's telling you to practice and
Yeah.
keep going with.
You can also look back on something that you didn't understand when you first saw it or did it or heard it or whatever, and you go, now I get it.
Yeah,
Because somebody else has
exactly.
gotten the same thing. There's so many aha moments for us. Thank you, dear.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. I just want to share this from Mary Thornberry. She has a friend a few miles from here, and her husband has many hummingbird feeders. 50 birds land on him and talk to him. You mean they land on him, Mary? Oh, my Lord.
Wow.
He's the bird speaker then. He's like the animal whisperer.
Right.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And hummingbirds. I mean, I have them here. And when I open up my hot tub, they like to come around it because of the steam. They like floating around. And I love the way they back up
Yeah.
and the way they fly. Yeah. Yeah.
They're
That's awesome.
beautiful the way they move.
They are. They are. It's funny. One of the gals I met in Sedona said, I know they're beautiful and I know you guys like them and I know why you like them and they're very nice, but not to have in your on your patio because they poop all over the place.
Of course. Yeah.
I said, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I guess that would be a problem. Oh, he talks to them. Oh, wow. That means very high vibration. It's got to be very high vibration. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing.
Thank you, Samantha. And thank you, Mary. Yep. All right. Mary wants a question answered. Yes, a message from Spirit. Absolutely, Mary. Wow. Yes. You're right, Kate. You're right. When I was in Sedona, we kept seeing them flying through the area, and we realized that there was a hummingbird's nest up in the eaves of the building we were in, and two little heads popped up as Mommy went out to get them something to eat. It was so cute. Yeah.
Today, before while we were just kind of outside and my daughter was running around and we were doing things, I looked up and there's two bald eagles, like two parents and two baby bald eagles, and they were flying around in the open, blue sky, and they were kind of screeching, and it was the most unique thing because I'd never seen two, and
Right.
and then it was a family, but it was like they were kind of screeching, and it was kind of cute because I'm looking at them and realizing the parents were like, yes, we're doing it, because they all were flying
Uh-huh.
In a nice formation, just all they were catching, the air pockets, and it was really cool to watch.
Wow. Yep, they do. I guess when they fly, when birds fly in those formations, they aerodynamically lift each other up. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So just on all kinds of levels, kind of like the hummingbird,
Yeah.
the thing that had that. Yeah, it was really cool to watch. I'd never
Boy,
seen
I
that
bet it
before.
was. I bet it
Yeah.
was. I've become a little less myself. Sit with the, when the other gal said the hummingbirds are messy, but I had I think it was an eagle try to take my Shih Tzu
Oh,
and
yeah.
came down and got her, but we didn't have a good grip on her. And
Yeah.
I bet she turned around and bit it. I just know she would have. But yeah, she had a little bit of problem. That was last summer. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that is scary because
You
little
guys are
tiny
so
dog.
uh, Juno says it's a beautiful hummingbird capital, and Kate says that's yummy. And Juno says, we don't eat them, Kate. You
That's
guys are.
how that's hummus. I thought that was what hummus was.
It's like when my daughter was a little girl and we were talking about food stamps, and she said, what kind of food do they taste like? She thought they were stamps you licked with different food.
Exactly. Or I've heard that so many times. That's cute.
It's funny. All right, Mary. I get the law of destiny. Look at that. These cards are just so beautiful. And it says here that it's written in the stars that what you wholeheartedly desire is your destiny. So, Mary, that means that anything that you want is your destiny. What you wholeheartedly desire is there and just awaiting you asking for it or knowing that it's there, like the law of attraction would be. You've overcome a lot of obstacles in your life, but because you have, you're able to manifest things for yourself that you need or that you want. So it wouldn't surprise me if this card here about the law of destiny is something that you have already done. That just wouldn't surprise me. So, thanks, Mary. All right.
Okay. So you can make it through. Your higher self is always guiding you. What wisdom does your higher self have for you? And this is
Ooh. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. Wow. Very nice. I love the
um,
colors. I love pinks.
all of the colors work so well in this deck.
Yep.
Okay. So this one is breathe. This moment matters to you. How can you focus on the moment and appreciate all that is well? And this I love because she's really, you can see the sacred geometry behind her. And she's
Yeah.
focusing. She got that, that full moon.
Yep. Wow. That's awesome.
I got one more.
Uh-huh.
Gratitude. Gratitude is the life force of peace. What are you thankful for?
Um,
Yeah, so just
yeah.
think about all of the things that you're thankful for, and your higher self is always guiding you to whatever
Yep.
you're going through right now.
I'm sure you do, Mary. I'm sure you do think about that. Good girl. Thank you. You have some magical stories to tell, Mary. You really do, Mary Thornberry. So thank you for your question. All right, Jess. What do your guides want you to focus on? How about a nice big plate of nachos?
Let's
All right.
Pick your fingers.
All right. Hmm. All right. So what I have here is focus on your devotion to your spiritual journey, knowing that where you need to go, pathways will open for you. As you can see in the background, she's got beautiful trees and the moon and the mountains behind her. And so she needs to be devoted to find where she needs to go, because untamable. I love that. These cards are kind of cool. These are new ones that I got, and they're called the Sacred Feminine Oracle. The Sacred Feminine.
Wow.
So isn't that beautiful? The last card I got is Solitary. Spend some time in solitary reflection, and you can see in the middle there's a key. It will be the key to unlock the door, the next door for you. So I'm thinking that, don't worry, stay devoted, realize that you're untamable. In other words, you do what you want to do and nobody going to tell you anything different. And spend some time maybe meditating or in solitary reflection, and you will have the key to where you need to be. There you go.
Well, going along with that, I have the Lord card, and it's take charge with authority.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I did two different pulls here, and the first card with the angel deck is the dancing, self-expression, and movement. So whatever it is, whether it is dancing, you can work your magic through, so much can come out just from, dancing like no one's looking, or like someone is looking, however you feel about that.
Yeah.
And when I got angels, support, and guidance. So you have them with you when it comes to taking charge with authority. They have your back. And working through that movement. But I also have the dragonfly, which is transformation, magic, and illusion. So it's like, yeah. And I just recently found out from Val and Kate that I have a spirit guide that's a dragonfly, and his name is Moore. Yeah.
Cool.
And
yeah.
It's pretty interesting. Yeah. So it's amazing when some of these cards come up. Exploring what the spirit guides and working with them, and even asking them to give you a sign of what they represent, and then narrowing it down. And, you have such a better connection with them once you identify them more. You don't necessarily have to have names, but the connection is stronger. It's really cool.
Sure. So it's like the layers. It's like like one of those chocolate cakes, layer cakes. We get a little bit of a layer, and then we get a flavor of this, and we get a flavor of that. Sounds great.
Wonderful.
Yeah, love it. All right, Kate. Take care, sweetheart. Oh, Jess says her mom sends her dragonflies.
Oh, there you go, right there.
That's awesome.
Wonderful. Yeah. That's wonderful.
Oh, wow. Now I got goosebumps. That's wonderful. Great affirmation. Great affirmation.
Bye, Kate. Thank you for coming by.
Yeah. Thank you, Kate. All right. So we've got Hershey, who's going to be on Thomas's show tonight, Tarot Your Way, at 11 o'clock Central Time. So that's 9 o'clock Pacific Time. That should be right. Yeah. 9 o'clock Pacific Time on Thomas's channel. It's her first live. So
wonderful.
I know. Isn't that great? Yes. Oh, you had one fly into your car and sit on your dash? Wow. That's really cool, Jess. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And Heather says, Jay, I love your anchor. Is Anka? A-N-K-H. Yeah. She made it. She made it, Heather. Isn't it gorgeous? Heather is very artsy. Heather. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's so light.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd try the throat chakra since I'm speaking tonight.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Anything specific for your guides to focus on? Let's see what we can come up with. Thank you all for being here with us tonight. We surely appreciate it, everybody. Just wanting to say that. Yeah. And thank you for your interactions, which have been kind of fun to listen to read. Oh, you have a lot of them fly into your house, Juno. Really? Wow. A lot of dragonflies, I guess. Okay.
Wow.
Or are you talking about hummingbirds now, Juno? Oh. You're super excited for tonight. Well, good. I'm glad, Hershey. You should be. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So I get Hershey. No, I can't give you one as good as Scott gave you last night. His reading for you last night was unbelievable. But I do get perseverance is paying off. What is it, hun?
Was that the one where he was surprised that he hadn't seen a reading like that in so long?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It was amazing. He kept pulling these cards and going, woo, 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 you know? Yeah. So your perseverance is paying off. Look at that. It's gorgeous. And it's electric. It's electric, Hershey. There you go, girl. And they want you to know that you're not alone. All your guides are going to be around you tonight, and they are cheering you on and saying, you're going to do great. Don't worry. And if not, ask for guidance. They're right there. So before you go in, maybe you want to do a short prayer and say, stand around me, guys, even though I think they already are. But if you wanted to help you, if you wanted to help you, there you go.
Okay. So I have see your emotions as teachers. Emotions are vehicles for transformation. Whether joyous or challenging, they teach you how to overcome fear and cultivate compassion. So tonight you're excited. So that's a great tool for those emotions as well. And then we've got the shapeshifter, which is transform and unveil your gifts. So you definitely they're supporting you and what you're about to do this evening. Yeah. And the last one, which is oracle, wait for information or for important information. So you're going to be that medium that brings all that through, and just enjoy it.
Yeah. She says she had goosebumps all night after he read. So so you're going to do great. Yeah. No worries here. Yeah. Wow. Thank you, dear. Thank you so much. All right. And Jess, thank you so much for the donation. That's very kind of you. All right. So our final reading for this evening, and look at that. We're running right close to the top of the hour, and it's been a really great show with everybody coming, and I had a lot of fun. I'm not usually on Friday nights, and so this is fun for me. I like it. All right. So she wants to know if she's going to move to Utah or North Carolina. They're both red states, Valerie. Are you going to transmute the energy there? I say Utah because I think Moab is fabulous, and your sons are young, and if they like hiking or they like dirt bikes or they like oh my God, it's so gorgeous there. The energy of the rock is so fabulous. But let's take a look. Let's see. Yes, Heather. Yes. I can't remember. Was it close to the end, Hershey, when he read for you? I can't remember now, but he was pulling cards out. Oh my God. And one after the other last night on Hershey. Yeah. He usually doesn't do a lot of private readings. He hasn't been. And I told him he's got to get on the ball because he's really good at what he does. All right, Val, let's see. I'm going to read first for Utah, I think. Spirits being funny. Oh, my God.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Okay. Because they know Val. Maybe I will. Maybe I will, Hershey. You'll have to come on my channel and do what Jay did tonight. And we need to get a whole bunch of people to have a party. You'll have to have a party on Friday nights. All right, Valerie. This kills me. It's all in your perspective. Oh my God. I don't know where you're planning on going if you go to North Carolina, but I would think if you went to North Carolina, Valerie, you should go to the Asheville area because that's a big metaphysical area and you would do so well there. But this is a riot. It's like you and your boys. It's you and your boys. And you're trying, it's all in people's perspective. What's beautiful is, and what's the best place to be is all in one's perspective. And they're asking that you balance it out. So maybe what you want to do, Valerie, is go on a road trip and check it out. See what feels right. I think that might be a good idea. It says, you got the lion here. I know you can't really see it, but it's there. See the lights around it. And it says, courage. Wow. So you won't be moving into another home where you are. Is that right? You're trying to see if you can go somewhere else where the boys can work. Okay. It's all in the perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Asheville is. Mm-hmm. Hi, Kelly. How are you, Kel?
Hi, Kelly.
You're eating.
You on Utah now?
You can go right ahead. Yep. Is that what you asked?
Okay, I didn't know.
No, I'm all done. Nope,
Okay.
I'm done because I don't think that it's going to tell me. It's all perspective. And I don't want to, Scott was the second person, Susan Lynn has told me, and Scott has told me that using a pendulum is not, I don't want to use a pendulum anymore. It can be easily manipulated. And he said it's only 30%. And Susan said the same thing. And I really trust them. So I don't know. Yep.
I try to, when I use the pendulum, I'll use the pendulum and then check with the cards and then check with my intuition. It's kind of like in these layers of
I get it.
Just kind of, you know what I mean? Like asking just to see.
Yep.
I got, as far as Utah, that was the first in the question. I got the card communicate clearly. So that would be, make sure that you know what you want and if that's the spot for you.
Right.
But I also got yes for Utah.
Okay. Oh wow, that's definite. Yeah. Oh wow.
And then I got take action. But like you got as well, I also got the card get more information. Okay.
It's like we don't want to be responsible, lady, for how happy or mad you might be if we're wrong.
We're giving you this, but it's like, but you still want to get more information, just kind of like how I used my pendulum, and I was like, get more information, and I did, and it was like, get more information. So, that's so funny.
So Valerie, go ahead, hon. Go ahead.
No, I was just weigh it out and get more information, and you taught me, Val, look at your chart and see what lines cross Utah and North Carolina.
That's the other thing, and I was talking about it the other day, and I know you know this, Val, because you're on astro.com, that you can do the travel thing with your chart. Of course, it's not going to be 100% perfect for everybody in your family, but we don't want the Saturn line. We don't want the Saturn line going over us, I don't think. Is that what, or Pluto? I think it's because I had that with Tucson, and Tucson was like, don't even bother. And so I never did. Wow. Yeah. And, I know that you know, you got more than one person going. But you, Valerie, you know where you're supposed to be. You know where you're going. Yeah. Wow. Well, everybody, I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed being with you, Jay. Thank you so much. Come back anytime. Have fun on Ron's channel if you do that tomorrow night. And yeah, thank you. Thank you, everybody that's here. We appreciate you. Thank you for the donations as well. And have a wonderful weekend ahead of you. And be careful. Tomorrow's the full moon.
Yes, the Sagittarius.
That's right. See you later. Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone.